there, James here from the James Oliver Guitar Channel, and today we're going to talk about LPs. This is part 6 of vinyl albums that inspire me. You know, as well as the guitar playing, etc. I'm a big fan of vinyl records. I've been collecting for 12 years. And there's other videos on the channel of me talking about, you know, artists and albums I love in the Vinyls that Inspire Me series. And this is part 6. So here we go then, we're going to delve right in. Album number 1, in no particular order, this is Head, Hands and Feet, which of course is the great Albert Lee and Charles Hodges. This is the, well, I believe this is a self-titled album, and this features Country Boy, which is of course the great tune that Albert does in his set, you know. It's a guitar playing extravaganza. Albert is, you know, amazing guitar player. But, you know, you mustn't rule out Chaz or anyone else in the band. This is a great country rock album, and I mean, there wasn't many British bands when this come out, you know, in the early 70s, doing, you know, that sort of country rock sort of sound. So if you get a chance, check out this Heads, Hands and Feet album. There's another album as well with a train on, and I can't remember the title, and I should do my research before these videos, but there we are. So yeah, Heads, Hands and Feet, Albert Lee, Charles Hodges, Tony Cotton, Ray Smith, Peter Garvin, and Mike O'Neill. So there we are, Heads, Hands and Feet. If you haven't heard them, check them out. Up next, of course, Little Feat, the great Lowell George, incredible slide guitar player, incredible band. I absolutely love this album, you know. It's got Sailing Shoes on it, which is one of my favourite Little Feat songs. I mean, there's so many Little Feat albums, you know, that you could pick. And, you know, I also love Texas Rose Cafe on this album. And I tell you what, I love the cover too, I have to say. I mean, Lowell's an incredible slide guitar player. And I love all the Little Feat albums, you know, Willing, and it was a great song, etc. But yeah, Little Feat, that's my second choice for today, with albums that inspire me. I know this is a bit of a pub rock one, because I am a bit of a pub rocker, as you know. And this is a Dr. Feelgood album, Malpractice. So this is the one after Wilco left and Jippy Mayer took over on guitar duties. Now, Jippy's a great guitar player. I mean, this album is great, Down to the Doctors, Every Kind of Ice, Milk and Alcohol, Night Time, you know. It's a great, you know, pub rock record. It's still got the big figure, John B. Sparks and Lee Brillo on it, you know, the classic feel-good rhythm section. And I mean, Jippy playing his red 61 or 62 Strat and his 335. It's just a great pub rock blues album, you know, which everybody should own in their collection. Excellent. Right. Up next, a bit more country. Ricky Skaggs. And now we spoke about Country Boy by Albert Lee, and this is the Country Boy album, because Ricky Skaggs had Country Boy out as a single, believe it or not. And now Ricky is a great guitar player, he's a great mandolin player. And of course, he's got the great guitar player with him, Ray Fleck, or Flack. And he's an English guitar player that went over to Nashville and become a great country guitar player. So yeah, this is the Country Boy album. There's some great stuff on this, you know, obviously Country Boy. You know, is a great track. I love Window Up Above and Baby I'm in Love With You is a great track as well. I mean, another great Ricky Skaggs album to check out is the Live in London one, and he's playing the silver Telecaster on the front. That's a great guitar record. So we have to have a little bit of Ricky Skaggs today. Up next we got some blues. The great Ronnie Earl. This is I Like It When It Rains. You know, this has got Riding with Ronnie on it, which I love. And what else is on here? Anna Lee, which is the Elmo James tune. You know, Blues for Jimmy and Jesse. Ronnie Earl is a great blues guitar player. I believe he's a Texas guy, I might be wrong. But if you get a chance to check out Ronnie Earl, you know, check him out, because Ronnie Earl's great. Great Strat sound, you know, he's there with his 50s Strat on the front. What more do you want? Ronnie Earl. Excellent. Now we're going to go in a different direction again and pick up some classical guitar. because I mean I try and listen to all types of guitar, because you know I just love the guitar. Andre Segovia, guitar solos. I mean, this is probably one of the finest classical guitar players ever. I can't play classical guitar, but I've got a massive appreciation for Segovia. Incredible guitar player, incredible musician. There's a great clip on YouTube of him playing, and he's quite old, you know, because he was in his late 90s, I think. And it's just, he's mind-blowing, you know. So if you haven't heard Segovia, you've probably heard him without even knowing. You know, he's world-famous classical guitar player. Definitely worth checking out. And again, we're going to swoop again into another direction. And now we're on to the songwriters, and this is the great Terry Allen and the Panhandle Mystery Band. Terry Allen's a great Texas songwriter. And, oh, he's fantastic. My friend Lynn Phillips turned me on to Terry Allen. You know, and he's just a great songwriter, definitely worth checking out. You know, with our real Texas flavour. Absolutely superb. And another great songwriter, the great Guy Clark. This is Guy Clark's first album. I mean, he's got LA Freeway, Rita Ballou, Desperados, Waiting for a Train. I showed a Mallard album a couple of weeks ago, and they do Desperados, Waiting for a Train. And there's also a great album by Steve Earle called Guy, and he's doing a lot of songs off this. That's worth checking out. But I mean, Guy Clark is one of the greatest songwriters. Another Texas songwriter too. So that's two Texas songwriters in a row. And I mean, you can get this on CD quite cheap. Old number one, and it's like a 2-album in one set. So that's a great Guy Clark. Up next, we're back on the rockabilly. Gene Vincent, Blue Jean Bop. Of course, one of my guitar heroes is on this, you know, the great Cliff Gallup, and I mean, Blue Jean Bop is on this, Who Slapped John. Absolutely fantastic record. I mean, Gene Vincent, I love Gene Vincent, and the Blue Caps are wonderful, and you know, Blue Jean Bop is a classic. This is a first press, this one. The sleeve's a bit tatty, but it's on the green UK Columbia label, and it's the vinyl's really nice. But yeah, so the Blue Jean Bop by Gene Vincent. Excellent. And up next, one of my guitar heroes, one of my favourite guitar players, the great Bill Kirching. I think this is the only LP that Bill has got as a solo. You know, he's on all the Commander Cody stuff and the Moonlighter stuff, etc. But this is Waxworks, which is out on the Last Music label, who I'm lucky enough to be on as well. And this is like his best songs he recorded for proper records over the last few years, you know, his original songs. There's a new CD out called The Proper Years, which is a 2-CD set, and this is the LP to go with it, which is called Waxworks. Bill is not only a great guitar player, he's a great songwriter, and he's a nice bloke, you know. Definitely worth checking out Bill Kirching. One of the great twangy guitar players, you know, along with Red Volkart and many others. I can't say enough good things about Bill. Excellent. Up next now, we've got a little bit more country. Wayland James. This is the I've Always Been Crazy album. And I love the song, you know, I've Always Been Crazy. And, yeah, I mean, I think Wayland's a great songwriter. I love his Telecaster with the tooled leather. I think Waymore's Blues is my favourite. And it's not on this album, but it doesn't matter. I did want to show Dreaming Wayland's Dreams, but I couldn't find it this morning. And that's another great album, you know, Bob Wills is still the king, etc. And Chuck Prophet done like a Dreaming Wayland's Dreams album. He covered the old album, which is also worth checking out. But yeah, Wayland Jennings, a great, you know, country troubadour, so to say. Up next, we got some twangy guitar with Dwayne Eddie and Dance with a Guitar Man. Dwayne Eddie is a great guitar player. You know, Peter Gunn, Rebel Rouser, absolutely superb. Dance with a Guitar Man, Spanish Twist on this is great, Nashville Stomp. And I mean, he's a great guitar picker. There's some albums that come out in the 70s and he's doing like Cannonball Rag and stuff. But he got a great guitar sound. He's playing his Guild Dwayne Eddie guitar on the front of you, which was a signature model. He also played Gretches and he had that great twangy sound. Up next, this is a bit of a sad one. Of course, Peter Green passed away, and Peter Green is one of my heroes, so is Jeremy Spencer and Danny Kerwin. This is the first album, the Dog and the Dustbin album, on the Blue Horizon label. This is a class album. I mean, it's got My Heartbeat Like an Armour, which is Jeremy Spencer doing his great Elmo James impression, and he's doing Shake Your Money Maker. I mean, Peter Green's solo track, The World Keeps Turning, is haunting. I mean, what a band. I mean, Mick Fleetwood got a great shuffle, John McVie's a great bass player. And this is the first album, I think it came out in 1967. And it's just class, you know. I think Peter Green is probably the greatest white blues guitarist to ever live. And certainly he is the greatest British blues guitarist to ever live. There is no doubt about that. What a voice as well. Incredible. So rest in peace, Peter Green. More guitar players. Lonnie Mack. I haven't got any of the early Lonnie Mack stuff. I've got Wham on a 45. I think it's on Stateside, but I might be wrong. But yeah, so I wanted to show Lonnie Mack because I love Lonnie Mack and his Flying V with a Bigsby. And this is the album that Stevie Ray Vaughan played on as well. Which is cool, you know. And this has got Oreo Cookie Blues on, which is a later great Lonnie Mack song. But Lonnie Mack's a great guitar player. There's a great clip on YouTube of Albert Collins, Roy Buchanan and Lonnie Mack playing at Carnegie Hall, which is definitely worth checking out. And talking of Albert Collins, this is my favourite Albert Collins albums. Albert Collins and the Icebreakers live in Japan. Absolutely superb. I mean, there's a 9-minute version of Stormy Monday on here, which is wonderful. He's just a great guitar player. This is an Alligators Records release. Of course, Alligators are great, blues record label. And I mean, Albert Collins with his Telecaster and his strange F tuning I think he's in, and his capo eye up. What a tone, what a player. And the longest guitar lead, you know, you've ever seen. The great Albert Collins, superb. And now another great guitar player. I think we're on the, well, at the moment we're on the guitar playing tangent. This is Jerry Donahue, the Telecaster album. This is a later press. It's another press, and he sat round old Telecasters. Jerry's a great string bender. Of course, he was in Fairport Convention after Richard Thompson. And he was in the Hellcasters with Will Ray and John Jorgensen. This is a great record. I mean, his version of The Claw is absolutely fantastic. And believe it or not, I seen Jerry Donahue in the Jubilee Club in Wattsville down by Newport, and there was 10 people there. And he was playing his Telecaster, and, well, there was nobody there, but it was just one of the greatest guitar things I'd ever seen. And I got the CD and he signed it. I know he's not well now, I think he had a stroke. But, you know, check him out and buy his records, because Jerry Donahue is just, you know, world class. And another two world class players, Merle Travis and Chet Atkins together. This album is a big favourite of mine as well. I mean, it's worth it for just the version of Cannonball Rag. But of course, you know, Merle playing with his finger and his thumb. Chet, you know, used them all. But they're just, you know, two incredible guitar players. This is an incredible instrumental guitar album. It's wonderful. So check out the Atkins Travis Travelling Show. Brilliant. And I mean, a lot of these albums are cheap. You know, you can pick them up for a few pounds. And this is a great piano blues album. Memphis Slim. Big fan of Memphis Slim. And Mother Earth is my favourite Memphis Slim song. So why not show the Mother Earth album? This is a later one. This is one on Buddha. So this is towards the 60s he recorded this. And it's got quite a psychedelic cover. But Memphis Slim have been around, you know, since the 40s, I believe. And he's just, you know, a fantastic piano player, a fantastic blues singer. And I mean, Mother Earth is just wonderful. So that's Memphis Slim. Definitely worth checking out. And I know a lot of you who watch these vinyl videos have seen and know these records as well. And up next, a great guitar player and a great fiddle player, Clarence Gatemouth Brown. He actually does a version of the Albert Collins song Frosty on this record. So they sort of tie in, you know. And he's a great fiddle player. I love Alligator Boogaloo. You know, he's a great fiddle player, he's a great guitar player. There's some great footage of him playing with Candide. And he's playing the reverse Firebird. Or just a standard Firebird, I can't remember. And yeah, the great Clarence Gatemouth Brown. You know, I love them blues guitar players who use a capo, you know, like Johnny Guitar Watson and Albert Collins and of course Gatemouth Brown. And there are many more, I'm sure. And the last but not least, we're going to do a Welsh band, because I like all the old Welsh rock and roll and blues bands. And this is the great Rockin' Louie and the Whammer Jammers. Rockin' Louie's the drummer from Penarth. And this is the great jump blues rock and roll record. Titch Gwilym is playing guitar on it, and everybody knows, you know, Titch is a wonderful, wonderful guitar player. Gavin Watkins is on piano. Again, I've showed stuff, you know. Rockin' Louie singing, Tommy Riley's on drums. I mean, this really is a, you know, a Welsh rock masterclass in, you know, the Welsh rock and roll. You know, you've got the bands like the Red Hot Polkas, Memphis Bend, Rockin' Louie. You know, there's so many. The Blues Bunch from Swansea. There's loads of great, you know, Welsh bands that made albums, and they're all worth checking out. So there we are. That's my 20 vinyl albums that inspire me. Part 6. There will be a part 7, and I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You know, there's loads of guitar related, music related videos on the channel, and I really appreciate it. Cheers, thank you.